All right, welcome to another BS sessions, man. We got Jerry.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Nothing, man.
Come on, you run a podcast now. Be a
This
host. Be a host.
this is an interesting album battle. Who thought of this one? That was
Carl.
you. Interesting. This is definitely going to be interesting. Bottle we got here. But anyway, we got the usual suspects: me, Mark, and Charles. Which usually I should have introduced you last, Charles. Sorry, Charles. But anyway, we got back two great guests. We got Andy Rodriguez.
Hey,
How you
everybody.
doing, man? And we got
I'm
Al
all right.
Horde. Good. And we got Al Horde, man. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. How you guys doing?
Great.
Fantastic.
Good.
Thanks for having me on, man. This
Yeah,
was
Same here.
albums.
Yeah, when Charles picked this and he had to cancel the week we were going to do this.
Yeah.
I go, this would be a perfect thing for Al and freaking Andy. I go, this is a great album battle, and he agreed, but we couldn't get you guys that weekend, and he had something he had to do, so I pushed it back because this is too great to not have Charles, the guy who picked it, not to do this album. Yeah. So, but Charles, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Nothing, man. How you doing, brother?
Good. I want the world to keep sleeping on the Browns defense before we started talking about the fucking Raiders for some reason. Who cares about the Raiders? They suck. And I want everybody to sleep on our defense. 97 yards last week.
Week 12 should be good.
I want them
Niners.
to. 2 weeks,
Niners.
we got your team, Marc.
I was only 2 weeks. I thought it was week 12. Okay.
No, 2 weeks.
Good.
We got the Ravens this week, Niners in the following after that. So
yeah. I don't take any team for granted, man. I ain't the Cowboys. Sorry, Al.
No, I think it's 3 weeks. We got the Cardinals, then we got the Cowboys.
Yeah, we got the Cardinals and the Cowboys, and I ain't talking shit about the Cowboys till after we play them or not. So there you go.
I'm snoozing you that day.
Dude, I mean,
I'm not gonna say anything.
I don't like the Cowboys, but the think that they won't be there at the end is just fucking ludicrous. I mean, they got a great team, so
I don't know. That says, if you look, kind of, it says we have Ravens and then Niners, October 15th.
Do you have a bye?
I don't think so. October 1st, October 15th.
Yeah, you got a bye
this week. Okay, yeah, all right. I forgot about that, but for me, 2 weeks.
Right.
I don't count buys. So this week's a bye, I guess. That sucks.
Yeah.
So I ain't got nothing to watch this week. Other than I'm getting to the point where also in college football, it's a win-win because I'm getting tired of Colorado. Like, I want them to win, but I love how when they lose, the media loses their shit.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And Deion's son got hurt in that game.
Yeah. He
was peeing blood. He said.
Damn.
Oh, and of course Ohio State won against Notre Dame.
Yeah, thanks, Charles. We know that was a good game. What an ending, though. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
the way that game ended was pretty cool.
Well, UCLA lost, so my season's over.
I thought we had it. I thought we had it, man. I was jumping in the fucking street. I mean, the last 2 plays, Notre Dame played with 10 guys on the field. The coaching takes the blame for that loss, man.
Oh, well. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the UCLA game either, but I know they lost, and I go, fuck. That sucks. They were saying, oh, don't sleep on UCLA. Well, they already lost. They're out of the national championship. There you go. But let's get to the BS, man. Before we get to the BS, I was going to do this last week. We're having a giveaway. I'm giving away my fucking used shit that I don't want, that I replaced or I got something better from it. Like this week is going to be Animal House Super Secret Probation Edition. You have to answer a trivia question. That means you watched this episode. The trivia question is, what real college campus was used in Faber College in the movie Animal House, and what is the real city where they were at? That is your trivia question. First person to answer this when I post this episode will win this, and I'll send it right out to you. I'll message you.
Oh, I know.
Well, you can't. You guys can't answer. And then in the other coming weeks, I got a Bruce Springsteen live box set on vinyl because somebody gave me a better version of it with the book. So I'm getting rid of my old version because I don't have the book and this box is all fucked up. And then
Well,
also,
don't tell them that. I'm gonna give you this fucked up box.
no,
Yeah,
that's
right.
an old no, I got a new
Yeah,
box.
so I'm gonna wipe my ass with it too. To send it
I
to
got a
you.
new
I mean,
box.
Jesus.
And then I got a drunken copy because I thought I had a Billy Squire right here. That'll be coming up, Signs of Life. And then I got this album because I fucking don't want the Bee Gees. I'm either gonna break this or you take it. So those are the giveaways, and I have much more. I got Foreigner 1, extra vinyl too. I got lots of extra vinyl because don't buy vinyl when you're drunk, kids.
No shit. Tell me about it.
You should
All right.
give away the bottle of piss.
I already threw that away. I could make
Wait, hold
another
on,
one.
hold on.
I got it. Oh, you saw an episode where I showed you this. I got an empty one right here. And
You're
Jerry,
the number one Hagar trivia winner.
my wife wanted me to show you this.
That looks like Sammy. There
It
it is.
does actually, yeah. He's in
No.
the right position too.
Remember Mr. Chicken doing Metallica?
Yeah, I remember
and shit?
that.
Yeah, she got somebody gave her that, and she wanted me to show it to you. But let's get to the BS. And this is a question I had a couple weeks for this episode, so I kept it because we got some ghost fans in here. Not me. We got some ghost fans, but I think I'm going to say it first. I think what he said is true. I think they're being hypocritical. Tobias Ford says heavy metal band accused of being satanic says pop music promotes a way worse lifestyle. At least with most of the gothic hard rock music, it's a feeling good about yourself. What do you think about that, Jerry?
I kind of agree with what he says. If you look at the shit that's in pop culture nowadays, WAP and shit like that, I mean, may have a point there. And the religious people may differ though, but I kind of agree with them on that one. Sure.
What about you, Al?
I agree with him as well. Pop music is garbage. Pop music is worse than Satan these days.
Exactly.
When
That's all
wasn't
I
it?
gotta say.
In the 80s, pop music was really good. And some 70s.
No, I can argue against Huey Lewis if we want to.
Leave Huey out of this.
Pretty
man.
hellacious.
Nothing wrong with being hip to be square.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing wrong.
That
man.
I like Huey Lewis, but I absolutely cannot fucking stand that song, man.
I love that fucking song. Hip, hip,
Ah,
everywhere.
man.
Hip, hip. So hip.
That
hip.
and doing it all for my baby. I can't stand.
Oh, that song.
Oh,
But you get like I Want a New Drug and Do You Believe in Love? Those are good tunes, man.
Working for
Yeah,
a
those are
living.
really good.
Bad is bad. I
A
could
good
keep
song,
going.
Working for a Living. That's a good tune.
But they ended sports with two duds. You know, honky tonk something. But that album is great except for the last two songs. But what do you? Are you still going now about You just
No,
agree with?
I'm done.
Hey, Charles, man.
hey, what's Andy's thoughts?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I was going in order because you're.
I don't know.
He goes last.
Go
No, he
ahead,
goes
Andy. What
last.
do you think about it?
All right, sure. Of course. I think that pop music is a lot worse today, especially with the subjects that are sang about, and they're in the top 10 of popular music where drugs and sex are being highly promoted on pop radio. Back then, you had to dig around for this kind of stuff, and now it's just being promoted and thrown in your faces. So, back in the 80s, heavy metal was villainized wrongfully. So, I never thought that heavy metal and all that was bad. They're scary movies and they're scary books, and bands just put that into music, and people lost their shit about it. So, I never thought that heavy metal music or even black metal and stuff like that was even wrong. It just talked about the dark side. That's all.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
But
but you
this
can't.
pop
You can't.
music-
You can't have Uncle Ben or Aunt Jemima, but you can have plenty of WAP.
Hey, don't.
Yeah.
You went there.
That's true.
I agree with that though. But the other thing that I'm gonna say, man, Two Live Crew would have been fine today.
Right.
real?
I
Yeah.
remember I had to hike
They'd be
that.
tame. Yeah, they'd be tame nowadays.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
that was like the me so horny, and just shit like that. Like that's pretty tame compared to Wet Ass Pussy. Charles, what do you think about this?
I agree as long as we leave Ice Spice out of the conversation because she rules.
That's Taylor's best buddy, man.
You don't like some Ice Spice, you're hip to be square.
I've saw her, but I haven't heard any of her music yet, so I can't tell what her music is. So
That shit's tight. That shit is tight, as they say on the street. Maybe I'm having a
Sweet.
midlife crisis. I don't know, but I like it. And I want to thank conservative podcasts that hate cool shit to bring that up. So that's how I knew it. That's how the kids find out about this shit, by the way.
Yeah.
There's another one called Sexy Red. Don't recommend that though. No. That's terrible. But yeah, I mean, well, Taylor Swift's a darling. She's not satanic.
as far
Yeah.
as we know,
But she
No.
started out as country, you know. But you got these.
I mean, look
Nicki
at Travis
Minaj's and shit.
Kelsey's jersey
Dude,
sales
that-
up 400%.
Travis Kelsey has not getting that smile off his face since he started seeing Taylor Swift. You
Yeah.
always see him; he's fucking got a smile on his
Well,
face.
when
I
they
would
break,
too.
when they break up, the song's going to be "I Don't Have a Tight End." There you go. Hey
Yeah,
Bob,
two
how you,
up
hey
there would
Bob, how
be-
you
would
doing?
be- you can make the analogy to like South Park, like the original film was
Yeah.
so controversial and shit, but now today, if you watch an episode today, it makes the film looks like a Disney movie now
Yeah.
in comparison.
Damn, Al, I want that fucking Jimmy Page poster you got back there, man.
Your cat
Ah.
does too.
Yeah.
That's a badass poster.
a
Thank you,
badass
buddy.
cat too. Siamese.
Balinese, actually, the
Oh.
Siamese family.
Nice.
That's a
And
pretty cat.
Sawyer.
Sawyer. Oh, I like that name, dude. Tom Sawyer rules.
Gee, I wonder how you got that name. I'm trying to.
Oh, I already know. But let's get to our buddy Tim Ripper Owen says there is no doubt that there has been a resurgence of classic metal sound. Jerry,
There has
dude, you got groups like Haunt and your Night Demon shit, you know.
Night Demon. That's one. Okay.
There's Haunt. There's lots of these other
Classic metal. I'm not talking about rock like your rival sons. We're talking about classic metal,
Al
right?
knows. Al will tell you.
Well,
Al
good.
will-
Tell me, point me in the right direction because I want to hear it. I just don't hear it.
Wait,
Yeah,
so what was
so-
what was the question here?
Tim Ripper Owen said there's no doubt that there has been a resurgence of the classic metal sound.
Yeah, well, there is that what's it called? The new wave of traditional metal or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so yeah, classic metal, the sound's coming back. I hear it in some newer stuff.
Point me in that direction, guys, because I want to hear it.
Well, you already got that crap Night Demon. And what
Oh,
about Haunt?
Jesus?
Don't you like
Never
Haunt?
heard of them.
Haunt?
Never
You never
heard
heard
of
of
them.
Haunt? It's fucking
Nope.
great, dude.
Nope.
Oh wow. I'll send you some videos later. But
Yeah,
go
no,
ahead,
it's-
Al.
No,
That's it.
it's coming back, man. I don't know a lot of the newer band. I don't know a lot of the newer bands' names are doing it though right now, but I've been hearing it, clicking around and shit, and people talking about it and talking about bands and stuff like that. So it is coming back. Everything goes in waves, man.
Yeah, it does. You're right.
And then Charles, man, he's like got me into some newer metal bands. What Elaine, Orange Goblin, stuff like that, Charles. So what do you think about it?
Margarita Witch Cult.
Mhm.
Yeah, you gotta look, you gotta find it. So yeah, I guess so, man. But it's not like they didn't bring him to play the Super Bowl. So I mean, it's not really like
Yeah.
Who
I'm
the
still
fuck is
believe
Usher?
Our music's pretty much dead, dude. But they can keep saying how it's not.
It's
Like
underground.
I said,
man.
like
It's
I said, Ice
underground.
Spice. It's a big
Isn't it
deal.
underground where we want it though? When our music went commercial, it went really.
No, I
commercial.
want it to be the best. I'm
Yeah.
a competitive person. I want it to be the
Yeah.
music, but
I think it's
I
coming
don't
back
know.
though.
It's
I think
there. It's there, but you got to look for it. It's been that way for a while, though.
Yeah. Well, a lot.
Yeah,
of
you
people-
know, I got into a discussion with somebody the other day online or something, and we were talking about like when grunge like hit and like the whole scene changed in the early '90s and stuff, and really ever since then there hasn't been a revolution again like that. And I told him there probably never will be in our lifetime. You know, with the advent of internet, it just, and you know, everybody just clicks around, and it's just like my daughter, for example. I mean, she just loves all different styles of music, which is great, you know, but it's not like one genre really. Like she's like, oh my god, you know, she just actually discovered Nirvana. She's on a Nirvana kick now, you know, like, and how old is Nirvana? Like over 30 years old now. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's ever going to be a revolution like that ever again. You know?
No.
Never.
I think there will, because the
I
kids
don't
are
think
getting
so,
tired.
man.
The kids are getting tired of this cookie cutter shit.
I don't see
I
it.
work.
I don't see it.
I work
People-
with these kids, man. There's a kid
I
fucking
hope-
22
I hope-
years old who went to fucking Metallica in LA, and then he went to Arizona and saw them again. And he loves
Yeah,
Pantera. He just got.
But
them
these are established bands, dude.
Yeah,
These
we're
are
talking about
bands
new
that have been
bands.
around
Yeah.
forever.
but he likes, dude. This guy likes that band. I make fun of Ice Nine Kills. I guess they're a new up and coming metal band. I don't like them, but he loves them. So he does love the newer bands that are coming out. He's
But
Yeah,
is
they
there
got-
going to be? But is there going to be a band like Nirvana and Pearl Jam and all these bands that hit like that just completely changed the scene, like the Beatles did? You know, 30 years before that. You know, there's never going to be a thing like that ever again. I don't think.
I'm
Nope.
not going
I'd
to
like to be
discount it.
wrong.
I think it might happen.
I would
it might
too.
not happen. I think it's
I
going to
don't.
happen.
I don't think
I'd
it's
like to
gonna
be
happen.
wrong about it, but you know,
You're not going to be wrong. There's never going
No,
to be
you're not
another
wrong.
revolution of rock like the way that we saw it. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
not going to.
Just talk to the big
Just like
band
Alice
guys.
Potter
man.
has to go back 30 years to find a good rock band to
Rock
follow.
and roll has been the longest genre of music that has lasted.
Right.
And it's on its.
Okay,
It's on
yeah.
its death. It's on its
It
death.
isn't
right
on
right
its
now.
deathbed. It's there. There's
Yes,
new
it
band.
is.
There's They
Yes,
Watch
it
Us
is.
from the Moon, a great new doom metal band that Metal Mike Tyler loves. You guys need to listen to They Watch
True.
Us from the Moon.
Do you see? Do you see these bands lasting 20, 25 years? Though?
There's
Yeah.
some bands that keep going, man. Yes, I do
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah,
like I
they-
said,
but
like
they
I
don't
said,
have
20
a big following where the world knows who they are.
I think
That's
it
what
will.
we're trying to
Well,
say.
Europe knows all these newer bands.
it's
Do
better.
they?
It's got a.
I'm
It's got a
here.
better
You
chance.
guys keep saying how Europe knows this stuff, and you and Mark Daly. I'm here.
I was going to
Nobody's
say, ask
listening to that
Charles.
stuff.
Okay, another thing I'm talking about. Yeah, I know Ghost is what 12 years old or whatever they are, but still
Yeah.
they're like pretty fucking popular now. I think there
They
will
built-
be a revolution,
took-
and Ghost keeps getting more popular to my dismay. But I'm using it as an example. They will bring the kids into other music, like into other rock music, if they keep going like this.
but you know, all right, let's take Ghost for example. All right, they're like 12 years into their career already. They built up to an arena band. It took them a while though, because I saw them when their first album was out, and they were, you know, third build, you know, in front of like Mastodon and Opeth back at Roseland
Ooh.
Ballroom.
Oh, what a show! What a show!
Yeah, so it took them a while, but I want to see a band that comes out and then 2 years later just explodes and is playing arenas. It just, no band ever comes out now and it starts playing it explodes on their first album, like Guns N' Roses. You know, their first album, and although it took a year for their first album to explode, it was just a year, and they were fucking playing stadiums, dude. You know, is there a rock band that's ever going to do that ever again?
Well, didn't they open
In
for
that short of
Aerosmith
time.
and other bands before they started doing their own shows, though?
I want to see a
There
rock
was
band
the
release
whole
an album
factory
that
back then.
everybody has.
Huh?
There was
I
a whole
want to see a
factory
rock
back then.
band release an album that everybody's going to get.
Not Imagine Dragons. That ain't rock. I don't know how people keep calling that.
No,
fucking
it's-
band rock. Or 21 Pilots. And Jacoby Shaddix and Papa Roach. No, you're not going to be Metallica. Get those fucking dreams out of here. Your fucking Papa Roach sucks. He had one good song, but like in Andy, did you talk about this, man?
Yeah, I did. And
Okay, so let's get to Ozzy Osbourne, and this will be our last bullshit story. Ozzy Osbourne plans to
not gonna-
record. Huh?
So go ahead. I was going to say not going to happen right away because I know what you're going to. Now I know what you're going to say.
Well, you're gonna go first, so stop fucking cutting in. God damn it, Jerry. You know, you got your own podcast. You're getting big head now. Shut up. No, I'm joking.
I still think I suck. I still think I
Oh,
suck. so
fuck
as long as I
off
keep
on
thinking
that. You
so.
don't suck.
I do. I suck.
You roll, dude. Ozzy Osbourne
whatever.
plans to record a new album and hit the road in 2024. I'm just starting to work on it now, Jerry.
I guess the new album's possible, but hitting the road ain't gonna happen, dude. Come on now. Unless he had he was miracled into perfect health, he would do it. But he's not gonna do it, dude. He can't. He can't do it anymore, man. And it's okay. It's okay to bow out, man. It really is.
Yeah, I agree. Al.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he can keep making albums or whatever, but I don't think he's gonna. There's no way he could do a full scale tour ever
No.
again. The way, nah, and he doesn't need to. Like Jerry said, there's nothing left to prove, man. You know, the guy's done it all, man. I mean, I see pictures of him with a cane and all that stuff, and what was he gonna do? Sit in a chair? Like,
Didn't they
fill
have him
albums?
propped up at the Super Bowl? Or
Yeah.
I think they had a thing like chained him to
No, it's the opening game.
I
Opening
don't
up,
want
yeah.
to see them like that. You know what I mean?
No, I don't
It's
want to see that.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion on that. I don't think he's gonna. Maybe he could. Even the one show he was gonna do at the festival or whatever, he had to pull out. I mean,
Power
he
trip?
can't even do one show. You know, it's
Yeah.
which they still haven't sold single day tickets for so far, and I'm surprised at that. But
And
Charles,
when is that show? I mean, is it almost here?
It's coming in Bumfuck, Egypt up here.
isn't
Fuck
that
those
like in
shows.
like 2 weeks?
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's like 2
when?
weeks.
It's
It's
in
like
2
2
weeks.
weeks or something.
2 weeks or something. I can't wait to see the video of Guns N' Roses and AC/DC.
I wonder if they're going to put that like on YouTube or something live,
Oh,
like
that'd
they
be
do with
cool.
Lollapalooza sometimes.
That'd be cool. But
Yeah,
Charles,
it
what
would
do you
be.
think about Ozzy, man?
It's gonna be cool because Iron Maiden comes on before Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Keep saying that. Yeah. The balance is
I
restored.
can't wait till this is over.
It's an imperfect world sometimes.
It's the fuck Iron Maiden show. Fuck yeah, dude.
I love Iron Maiden. There you go.
Sharon Osbourne. This is spousal abuse.
No shit.
Did you listen to the last shitty fucking album?
I like that album.
I know you do.
I
know
didn't
you're
like
proud.
Ordinary
You were
Man.
bragging
Ordinary-
on the Grammy.
Ordinary
The
Man was
previous
shit.
one was really bad.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was.
yeah.
Plus,
it.
he
I
can't
like
do it anymore. It's auto-tuned, just like the new Rolling Stones song. It's
Oh,
auto-tuned.
jeez.
It's
Oh, man.
over. Sharon, this is spousal abuse. I think there should be a petition put up. It's spousal abuse. It's elder abuse. It's terrible.
Now they have a
Leave the man
podcast.
alone. I do not believe he wants to make an album either. Even. I don't believe it. Sorry. He might do it, but he don't want to. You know what they'll probably do though? Why don't they just do an AI album? Then you leave him alone. If she wants that money that bad, nobody will ever know. Sharon, you're wrong. You know you're wrong.
What do you think about that, Andy?
Well, last year when we talked about this, I was all for seeing a Ozzy Osbourne tour, but after seeing the way he's been during the past year, there's no way he can. I mean, reality is reality. There's no way he can. And another album, I liked these last 2 albums that he came out with, but there is a lot of computer help with it. So whatever he wants to do, but I don't want to see him go out there on stage and make a fool of himself. I just don't. I want him to go out on top. Don't tour anymore. Because that last tour that he did to close out Sabbath, man, that was a really good show. That's the way I want to remember him.
That's the last time I saw him. That's the last time I saw him as well, was with Sabbath, and that was a great show.
It was awesome.
That's my last memory of like him being, good, and
Yep.
So I got to
now
give
if he, I mean, the only way I'll go see him now is if he's up on stage and a dove comes down and just rips his head off. That'd be pretty ironic, It'd be kind of cool stage move.
If he's roadkill,
Few doves come down, just rip his head apart.
I agree with you guys. Ozzy, man, you've earned your stripes. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to make a new album. Ordinary Man was fucking horrible. I like the last album, Patient Number 9. Thought it was really cool. I liked it because it's probably the guest guitarist that did it for me on that album. But also, I got breaking news. Nikki Sixx's bass broke on stage live, but the tapes kept going, so there was no crisis there. And nobody cared.
Next.
I gotta give you guys. I was a
Are we
joke.
surprised by that?
Well, I made that shit up, but it's probably true. But let's get to one more story because I got to take a piss. Uli John Roth says, I was always too left field to become mainstream. Jerry, you go first, then Al, then Charles, then Andy.
What was the question again?
Uli John Roth says, I was always too left field to become mainstream.
Oh, okay. If he says so, okay.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. What am I supposed to say about that? I mean,
Well,
I
what
don't
do you
know.
think about that, Jerry? About you and John?
Go next, Al. I got
We all have our our opinions, I guess. Good
Well,
for him.
the Uli John Roth era stuff with Scorpions is way
Yeah.
different than when
Yeah.
they became
But-
popular in the US. I mean, it's a lot, hey, listen, Uli influenced Yngwie. He had that classical kind of thing going for him. Yeah, nobody fucking who knows in the US, who knows Scorpions before like Love Drive?
Nobody.
I do.
It's a very we are the exception, but you say, oh man, you say to somebody casual here, hey, dude, Scorpions, man, Tokyo Tapes, it's a great live album. Oh, I only have Worldwide Live.
Yeah.
That just goes. It's just kind of like the way it is here in the U.S. In Europe, it's a different story, but that world over there is way different than here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It wasn't mainstream. Scorpions weren't mainstream with him, so.
Oh. Okay. Andy?
Oh yeah, well, I did not get into Scorpions until Blackout, so I didn't know that much of their stuff before Love Drive until I got older. And they weren't popular back then either. They kept changing styles quite a bit. So Uli John Roth didn't want to be mainstream. Well, I'm pretty sure if he got to that point to have all that, he would have changed his mind if he was in
True.
Scorpions during that time.
The mainstream, the mainstream money might be really good.
The mainstream money, the popularity. I mean, that's why you get into music, is to be popular, to make the money.
Yeah, the Scorpions here in the States didn't really break until like No One Like You, when that was came.
So even before that wasn't a huge. It was Love at First Sting, I think, was the major breakthrough.
Yeah, Rock You Like a Hurricane.
Blackout, man. Blackout's what set
it still wasn't. It still wasn't huge yet. It was out there, but it wasn't like playing on MTV. Well, No One Like You, I guess, was played on MTV every 5 minutes. He might be right about that. Al. That was a pretty big hit. But yeah, I mean, Love the First Thing was obviously their breakthrough album in the States, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, that's what made them a household name.
That's how I got into him, through that album. So, and then I went from there. So, I was a 14-year-old kid. So,
yeah. Everybody talked about this?
Not Charles.
Not Charles.
Charles.
I agree with Uli John Roth, and don't give a damn.
All right, man. Well,
Fuck him. Who else up?
All right, Jerry, let's get to what are we doing, Jerry? Charles, what are we doing, Charles?
We are going to do an album battle. Two very diversely different bands here, but both of these albums were out in 1994. That's why I picked it. One, I would say, was huge in the moment and was definitely well known, and I think the other one was under promoted quite a bit. And that would be this STP's second album, Purple. And I'm not sure what number it is of Black Crowes. Is it
Third.
fourth?
Third.
Album, Amorica, featuring a really cool album cover that Marc has there, but it ended up being censored, I believe, and just became
turned out black.
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
album battle, I didn't put this cover up because I was afraid of Facebook. So I put
This
the
was
black one.
this was a Hustler cover, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I
Yeah.
remember.
But it's really interesting dynamic here because, like, again, I think I think it was STP to me was definitely hawked more in the radio at the time. It was more of a flavor of the month kind of thing. And Amorica I never really heard too much from, like in mainstream radio or rock radio of the
Oh.
day. So, but I think one band stuck to their style, I guess, or principles or whatever, and STP was basically just getting going. I mean, this is only their second album, and it has a song on the album that was what made me really take notice of STP, because I wasn't that huge on Core. It was just something about it I wasn't that wild about, but it was because of this album I actually went back to Core later on, and I enjoy Core quite a bit. And spoiler alert, I actually kind of like Core better in this album, but
As you should.
this is a huge album for them. So great move forward, I think. So I thought it would be an interesting dichotomy and totally dynamically different albums though, which can make it more interesting.
94, man. There was not just grunge out there, man. We have
1994 is fantastic all the way around.
Yeah.
For music in all genres.
Did we do the best of 1994 yet?
Yeah, we did.
We did?
Yep.
Okay, then yeah. So watch that episode. But let's get into the album battle, man. We start with the Black Crowes with Gone versus Stone Temple Pilots Meat Plow, Jerry.
I have to admit, one of these albums did not age well very much with me when I listened to it the other day. It still has some good songs on it, but it just sounds so dated. We take Gone. Everybody loves a good chaka chaka riff on the guitar, and this song has that. Me Plow is just a typical Stone Temple Pilots grunge sound, and I like Gone a lot better than that one. So one for the Black Crowes.
Hey, Al.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Jerry on this one. Revisiting both albums, and I hadn't heard both albums in a long time. I was reminded how great like this Black Crowes album was. I think it's like they're kind of their peak, man. I mean, like a lot of people, it's sometimes it's either between this one or Southern Harmony is like my favorite. But I have, admittingly, I've listened to Southern Harmony more in the last few years than Amorica. But revisiting this album, I was like, shit, man, I forgot how great this album was. And that opening song, Gone, with the guitar, with the, it's with the wah wah and all that shit, dude. It's fucking killer opening track. I was never that big on Meat Plow, the opening track on Purple. It's a good song, but yeah, Gone takes this one, man. So I'm going with the Black Crowes.
Yeah, Charles.
Meat Plow, I don't know what to make of the song other than it seems like a fairly good bridge track from what they would from what they had done on Core. It's got some tight guitar playing on it. Pretty cool solo. The Crows track, and by the way, I was way more attuned with Purple than I was this Amorica album. I was Black Crowes kind of a very casual fan. Not a massively huge fan of them. Didn't hate them, but just kind of overlooked them at the time, I guess. And the Crows track, I thought I was listening to War a second there. You know that band War, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like kind of a War track. I think I just get more out of it, man. Robinson, I think he sounds more inspired with his singing, far more energy to the track. And it doesn't seem like a retread quite as much as that Meat Plow did. So I'm going with the Black Crowes on the first track as well.
Dude, Chris is such an underrated fucking vocalist, dude. That guy can.
He still sounds great. I saw them twice in the last
Mm-hmm.
3 years. Really great band.
Great fucking great voice.
Andy, what's your vote, man?
Yeah, the way that I'm going to go, I thought, I was a fan of both albums when they both came out in 94. I guess as we go on, you'll see which one I was a bigger fan of. But I'm going to go with STP on this one. I thought the first Black Crow song that came out to start off the album, it was okay. It was a little bit discombobulated for me. Um, so I went with STP. I thought it was a solid start for the album.
Well, I love Meat Plow. I love STP, but fuck, Chris Rob, fucking the voice of the Black Crows is like, I love Scott Weiland, but I'm a bigger fan of Chris. But this album battle was fucking hard because it was pretty damn close in my final battle. But I gotta go with the Black Crows on here. Gone, good riddance, I am gone. And that fucking down. That fucking groove that the Crows are laying down in this song is fucking dirty. Rolling fucking Stones, Aerosmith groove. Fucking love this song. So fuck, the Black Crows wins 4-1 on this one.
I'm the lone wolf.
You're the lone wolf. And then we get to the next track, A Conspiracy versus Stone Temple Pilots, Vaseline, Jerry.
Vaseline was a pretty big hit for them. I mean, it's not a horrible song. But I love A Conspiracy, dude. Except for that weird video, but the song itself is
Video was rad.
pretty
I like the
pretty freaking cool, dude. I mean, the guitar work. Mark Ford, dude, what a great guitar player that dude was. He did the what? Who was the first guitarist? Jeff Cease, right? Was
Yeah,
the first,
on
and
the
then
first album.
I think Mark Ford did the last four after that. I mean, what a great guitar player, lead guitar player he is, man. This song is just loaded with fucking tasteful guitar riffs, man. And I got to go with The Conspiracy.
All right, and we get to you, Al.
I'm gonna go with A Conspiracy as well. And that video was Chris Robinson laid it all out on that one, man.
I love it. It's fucking different.
Yeah, it's cool. It was definitely they were going against the grain for at the time, man. You know,
Yep.
I remember when I first saw it, I heard the track. I think it was the lead single of the album, and I saw the video. I was like, "Wow, dude! Like, it's like almost." I almost thought of it as like kind of and I don't think of the Black Crows as an alternative band at all, but I almost thought like they were kind of chasing the alternative thing a little bit with this song. Like they were kind of going a little alternative here, but still it's got that Black Crows groove to it and stuff. So Chris sounds great, the whole band, and it's funny because they recorded a whole other album before this album and they scrapped it. And they recorded this album. It was another album that they came out later on. They released a thing called The Lost Crows.
Yeah,
and,
that's great. I love that.
yeah, it's the album that they were recording was called Tall at the time, and tall is a term for being high. And they scrapped it. I think they just thought it was a little too left of center, and they were like really fucked up when they were recording it. So they scrapped it and went with this Amorica. But A Conspiracy, man, it was a great track. That was the first track I heard in video. So, and I like it better than Vaseline, actually. So I'm going with A Conspiracy.
Charles.
Well, that Crow song, I mean, it's cool as shit, man. There's no way I could knock it. It's got great swag to it. Hell, man, I hear Chris Robinson nicking some James Brown at times on the track. It's a cool song. Vaseline wins. My favorite STP song, and to me, it's as close to a perfect of a rock song as you can get. But that Crow song is cool, man. So it's not like it sucks, but Vaseline, I got it just for principle. But it's my favorite song by them alone. It would have had to be something phenomenal, but that was a good Crow song. But STP takes it this round.
I think I know what Andy's picking. Andy.
Yeah, I'm going with Black Crows on this one.
Oh, I was wrong.
This album, Amorica, was just completely different from what anybody else was doing at that time. The Black Crows stayed true to their sound, and I say stay true to their sound, even though this album didn't sound anything like Southern Harmony at all. This had texture to it. The songs were a little bit longer, stretched out. with their musicianship. So I'm going with Conspiracy on this one.
All right, man. I agree with everybody except Charles. I love Vaseline. That's a fucking kick-ass fucking STP song, man. Stone Temple Pilots, man. But fucking, I'm a voice guy. Yeah, Scott Weiland has a fucking phenomenal voice. But I take Chris Robinson over Scott Weiland any day. So I gotta go with the Conspiracy. This is just fucking in my DNA, this group. I fucking love the Black Crowes. So that's 4-1. Black Crowes against STP so far. And we get to the next song. The Black Crowes High Head Blues versus Stone Temple Pilots Loungefly, Jerry.
Loungefly, I think Scott's voice on this is really freaking cool sounding. But High Head Blues, man, fucking A, dude. It's like if Zeppelin and Santana had a baby, it would be this song, man. I fucking love this song. So I'm gonna have to go with High Head Blues, man. I go with the Crows again.
Don't they talk about smoking Mota before this song? Fuck yeah. But Al, what's your pick, man?
I'm going with the Crows as well, man. Love this song, dude. And yeah, I'm like, again, the Crows were just kind of doing, they were kind of like living in their own bubble in a way. Like I posted something actually the other day. You know, the 90s weren't just about grunge. I mean, there was like the bands like the Crows coming up and the Screaming Cheetah Wheelies and Brother Kane that had this kind of hard Southern bluesy rock sound to it, you know, and you know, everybody always was like, yeah, grunge, but there was other scenes too, man, that were really like bubbling under and really getting popular, and the Crows were leading this one, man. But they were like, with this album, they were starting to steer into like kind of that almost jam bandy kind of, you know, even like some Grateful Dead influence was coming in there, and you know, stuff like that. So they were really like evolving, you know, and I like the way they were evolving. You know, they still had that Humble Pie sound and the Faces kind of, but they were like bringing like other influences in as well. So yeah, they were morphing, man, but they weren't following the trend of what was going on in the 90s. So, but yeah, I'm going with the Crows on this one again.
Andy. No, Charles.
Oh man, the Crows is back on that war love on this one, but then it turns into a Sheryl Crow song.
Oh.
Yikes.
Okay.
Well, what do we have from STP here? A poor Red Hot Chili Pepper song. At least the Black Crow song's got a pretty cool chorus. I'm going to give it the Black Crows, but I wasn't really floored by either one of them. In the battle of the turds, the Crows didn't smell quite as bad.
Andy.
Yeah, I don't get Red Hot Chili Peppers out of Loungefly at all.
I don't
And
either, but that was funny.
yeah, it was. But when people say you know, that STP was just Pearl Jam clones, this whole album, there's not a song on here that sounds anything like Pearl Jam to me at all. But I'm going to go with Loungefly. I like the guitars on here. I like his voice. I like the production.
I do like his voice. Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Loungefly on this one.
All right, man. This is like a fucking massacre so far. Hopefully the voting changes on this one, but fuck. When somebody says fucking, I remember getting this CD and me and my friends, we'd be smoking some weed and shit. That came up, we go, smoke a huge joint or a bong rip, Mota, man. That's when I wasn't working. That's when I was watching my grandma and smoking a lot of weed between 94 and 1999. I was a fucking major stoner till I got a job as a manager as a gas station. And then I went to Disney in 2001. But I was fucking just smoking weed, watching my grandma with dementia, just drinking, hanging out with my friends at night because I watched my grandma during the day, and at night I'd party. And this album is one of our favorite party albums. This one in Suicidal Tendencies, The Art of Rebellion back then. Fuck, we were just jamming those fucking albums. I fucking love this song, so I'm going with High Head Blues. So that's 4-1. Black Crows versus STP. It's a fucking massacre so far. Maybe this will change. I have no idea. But then we get to the Black Crowes' Cursed Diamond and Stone Temple Pilots' Interstate Love Affair, Jerry.
Love song.
Interstate Love Song. But this may be the first 5-0 win, I think. Cursed Diamond is a great song, but Interstate Love Song, come on, man. That's a fucking classic. I mean, they're probably their most popular song. I fucking love it. I mean, it's like 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes long of fucking awesomeness. I love that song, so I'm gonna deal with Interstate Love Song.
Al.
You know, it might seem like I'm riding on Jerry's coattails today, but I gotta agree with him. I'm going with Interstate Love Song because I think that's the perfect like pop rock song that STP has ever done. I always reminds me of summer and just like a great year. That summer was like great, and it's just a perfect song, dude. I mean, and that beats the Crows for me. So I'm going Interstate Love Song.
Yeah, Cursed Diamond's a good song. It really is.
Yeah.
Charles.
But this one, but this is like a perfect.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, Charles?
Interstate Love Song, man. Big hit. One of the better known STP songs. Conventionally, it should be a no-brainer there. But honestly, I've never been a huge fan of that fucking song.
Might be wrong.
To me, it's reminiscent of when VH1 was the Dork Rock video channel. You remember that? Like in the
I
early
love the
days?
Dork Rock VH1. They play some
did
good shit,
too,
man.
And they used
REM,
to,
STP.
well, they used to wear this out on there. I mean, they wore it out, and you know, so I guess so people would be like, "Oh, VH1's cool," because they play this crappy SDP song. I just don't like this song, so I give it to the Black Crowes.
Oh wow!
Bam, bam, yeah, upset.
That may be the only chance we had of a 5-0, I think. We'll see.
Andy.
Yeah, Interstate Love Song was a great track on this album. It was a big radio hit. It was everywhere, and I thought it was all right. So I'm going to go with Cursed Diamond.
Oh wow!
I think Chris Robinson is just when Chris Robinson sings. Oh, well, of course, this song grows, you know, because it starts off slow. But man, Chris Robinson's one of the best ballad singers that really, he really means what he's saying. He's not just saying words; he's getting down into your soul. And this song just takes off 3/4 down, just turns into a whole different song. And that was the magic of Amorica. That they were doing whatever they wanted. So, Chris Diamond for me.
Wow, just like my prediction of Denver winning the AFC West, I was wrong about this one.
Jerry, and I'm gonna go with all these other guys. Cursed Diamond, man.
Wow. Okay. I was way wrong.
Chris Robinson's. I love Interstate Love Affair. It won by a toenail.
Song.
He's got Night Ranger on the brain. That's a Night Ranger song.
Where's my Night Ranger hat? Oh, it's in the other room. All right. So if I could, this is going 3-2. Black Crowes, Stone Temple Pilots. It's a fucking massacre so far, man.
Don't ask me for betting advice on shit. Don't ever do that, man.
And then we get to freaking the Black Crowes nonfiction versus Stone Temple Pilots still remains, Jerry.
Still remains has his really catchy verses that I really like. I think it's really cool sounding. But nonfiction, man, gives me a Zeppelin vibe, but kind of like That's the Way, kind of in a little bit. Great fucking song. So I'm gonna have to go nonfiction. I really do like that song.
All right, Al.
Well, this is where me and Jerry end.
It was a good run, brother. It was a hell of a run, man.
I feel like the STP album, as it starts to get into the middle of the album, it starts to pick up for me. In my opinion, Still Remains actually is probably one of my favorite songs on that album. I just love the melodicism of it, and I love Weiland singing on it. And it's not to take away from the Crows; it's a great track too. But I'm giving the edge to Still Remains on this one. STP.
Nice. And then Charles.
I agree with Jerry on that. Sounds like Led Zeppelin 3 era.
Yeah.
Work on that Black Crow song. Atmospheric, real earthy vibe. Izzy Stradlin should have taken notes. in this time frame. This is how you make music like this. Of course, Izzy can't sing like Chris Robinson. That STP song did not age well for me at all. At least Weiland wasn't ripping off Vedder. He's finding his own voice here, I think. And but it's just so generic sounding to me compared to the Black Crows. I'm shocked, man. Black Crows win this round too for me.
All right. And then Andy.
Yeah, this one I'm gonna go with STP. I love Still Remains. I think it's a very good, well written song. You get that vibe of death and the metallic guitars on this track. I'm gonna say something about this, but I'm gonna wait till the end. But I'm gonna go with Still Remains on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Black Crowes nonfiction on this one. I love Still Remains. It's great, but like Jerry and Charles were talking about, that fucking Zeppelin 3 vibe on this fucking song again knocked it over for me because I love Zeppelin 3. Check out the review with Charles and Lee on Zeppelin 3. Pretty cool review on the Lee whatever show. Can't say his last name. I suck at that. So that's 3-2 Black Crowes again. So then we get to track number 6, which is, let me change my papers.
He gave Good Sunflower.
The Black Crowes, yeah, she gave Good Sunflower versus Stone Temple Pilots. Pretty Penny, Jerry.
Dude, she gave Good Sunflower. It's fucking rocks, dude. It reminds me kind of like Twice as Hard. It's that fucking great of a rocker. Pretty Penny, I've always fucking hated that song. People love that song off that album, but I cannot fucking stand it. So this is an easy one for me, man. She gave Good Sunflower by a long shot.
All right, Al.
I'm back on the Jerry train again. Yeah, I'm going with the Crows. She gave Good Sunflower. Great track. And yeah, they were bringing their Zeppelin influences in here as well. Like, I mean, into this album as a whole, they definitely were stretching out, and this album just shows. I mean, again, like after not listening to this album for so many years, I find it to be very underrated. This album that everybody always talks about Southern Harmony. I think they were still peaking with this album too, man. So I'm going with this one with Crows.
Charles.
Well, now STP's going after that Zeppelin 3 sound here, man. It's not as generic sounding as the some of the other tracks I've heard. And it shows off the Leo brothers. And I think they're both massively underrated as
Army of Anyone rules.
Huh?
Army of Anyone with both of them.
Oh yeah. This is a sleeper track to me. The Crow song, it's got a good groove to it. And I dig it quite a bit. But I don't know, something about that STP song resonated with me a little bit more. So tough fight, but I'm gonna go with STP this round.
All right, Andy.
Oh, this was easy for me. I love Pretty Penny. Pretty Penny is one of my favorite songs on this album. I like the dark tale of it, So I'm gonna take a Pretty Penny. I think it's a fantastic song, and it's true what Charles was saying about the DeLeo brothers. The acoustic guitars on here are just fantastic. So yeah,
they use some really interesting chords in their songs, man. Some of them are really hard to play.
Very jazzy.
I'll give them that much. They do come up with some original chord structures in their songs. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying about STP. The media just wrote them off as a Pro Jam ripoff. They weren't even close, and people just followed the media lead. STP was so original sometimes.
That's a good album too, man.
Aren't they from San Diego?
San Diego,
from New Jersey. Those two brothers are from New Jersey.
It's not even near Seattle. I mean, we're Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah, but they formed in San Diego.
They did, but the DeLeo brothers are from New Jersey.
Right.
But this is a great album right here, Talk Show.
Yeah.
And Army of Anyone's a great album with Patrick from Filter and that great drummer in Korn. I hate Korn, but I like the drummer. He's also in the Daily Roth band. I can never remember. He's Eric somebody.
Ray Luzier.
Ray Luzier. I always mess that guy's name up, but I love him. So I'm gonna go with the Black Crows on this one. I fucking love Pretty Penny. It's a fucking great song, but the voice of Chris Robinson will always trump Scott Weiland for me. So I'm going She Gave Good Sunflower. So that's 3-2. Again, the Black Crows are massacring this album right now. My God, I didn't think this was gonna happen. I thought it was gonna be more balanced, especially with you, Andy. You picked a lot of Black Crows. I'm like, I thought you were gonna be more on the STP side. Just saying. And same thing with Charles. I thought Charles would be more on the STP. I knew Jerry would be total Black Crows. So I'm good. I guessed wrong, so don't ask me for betting advice either. Oh man, then we get to P25 London by the Black Crows versus Stone Temple Pilots Silver Gun Superman. Jerry,
Silver Gun Superman is just so freaking generic and it's just so dated. Don't like it at all anymore. Like I said, listen to this album.
Have you ever?
It's a little outdated, man, in my opinion. That's all. P25 London, man. I love that song, dude. Chris's voice is so fucking dirty and awesome in this song, dude. So this one wins it by a mile. Sorry, gotta go with the Black Crows again.
Andy. No, not Andy. No, Al.
I'm actually going with STP Silver Gun Superman on this one. Love that song. I didn't, P25 London. That's the one song on the album that never really resonated with me for some reason. So that dropped a notch on that one. And so, but Silver Gun Superman, I think that's a great song. Actually, I don't really find it generic, but to each their own. Everybody has different ears, so I'm going with STP on this one.
And
we were doing so well, Al. We were doing so well, man.
Yeah, go screw.
Charles.
What's up with that fucking title from the Black Crows? That was a P25 London.
Good question. I don't know either.
Nothing. What fucking dumbass title. And I'm sure, but again, I keep thinking about this album. I think it was buried quite a bit by the industry because it was not what the industry wanted everybody to hear. Because I think it's a decent song, but I think Silver Gun Superman might be one of the best tracks on that STP album. And it's not derivative of what they had been doing. It's definitely moving through the future for that band. So this was the easy slaughtering right here. So this is one of the better tracks on the STP album versus a kind of derivative Black Crow song. Give me STP this round.
All right, Andy.
Oh, easy for me. STP. This song is one of the best songs on the album, especially with a guitar solo at the end, and with Scott Weiland singing underneath the solo. Whew, dude, it's badass. So STP for me.
Yeah, I'm going STP also. So this 1-4. Black Crows lost a battle. This is the first battle. Jerry, don't listen to Jerry because he was wrong on this song. God dang, this is fucking a great fucking song. Scott Weiland actually outdid Chris Robinson's vocally.
Impossible.
On this song. He outdid him on this song, dude. This song is fucking amazing. It's one of my favorite
artwork.
STP fucking tracks of all time.
It's a conspiracy, man. I'm telling you.
Well, that song if it went up against this song, it would have been hard. Then we get to the Black Crows Ballad in Urgency versus Stone Temple Pilots, The Big Empty. I'm going to make a prediction. I think this might go 5-0, but I might be wrong. Jerry.
Ballad in Urgency. What a great fucking song. If Ballad in Urgency was up against any other fucking Black Crow or Stone Temple Pilots song, it would have won. But come on, Big Empty. That is like Stone Temple Pilots' fucking signature fucking song, in my opinion. I love that song. So this is an easy one. Stone Temple Pilots, Big Empty.
Al.
Oh man, I'm going with Ballad of Urgency on this one.
Oh
wow!
I lost.
I love Chris Robinson. I love when he sings ballads, man.
It's a great song.
He has his soul in his voice, dude. And I don't know, man. Just there's something about this song, man. I mean, his voice dude. Listen, Big Empty is a great tune, man. But I don't know, man. I don't put it over the Crows on this one. I might be the contrarian on this one. Who knows? I don't know. But
just think about
if it went up against any other song, like I said, it probably would have won.
But it
Yeah.
also puts a visual in my head of watching The Crow. So
Yeah. Well, that came out in the soundtrack before the album.
yeah.
And they
Yeah.
actually did that and unplugged before even like a year before the album came out.
Yeah. So Charles.
Oh man, another good Black Crow song. Man, great playing, great vocals. And at that point of listening to that album, it's been really enjoyable, no doubt. And I wish I'd got into it more back then. But yeah, no. One of STP's best songs ever. This was another one that made me take notice that there's something more to this band that I initially labeled on them. I thought they were like Candlebox.
No, I like
I know,
Candlebox.
no, they're way better than fucking
Jerry,
Candlebox.
like
by
yes, they
far.
are way better, but Candlebox is no slouch.
But sadly, Wyland, not Wieland,
Whatever.
we will miss you, buddy. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're not gonna ever hear you again except on record.
And don't do cocaine over
STP.
50.
STP wins, but that's a very good Crow song. And on my
It's a
battle
great
right now,
song.
it's tied 4-4 on mine.
Damn.
So this is a battle on my list.
Andy.
Yeah, when I first heard Big Empty on the Unplugged, I looked for the song and looked for it. They were played on the radio, and it was finally released on Purple, and it was hidden. Well, not hidden, but it was deep on side 2, which is you got to be a music lover to hear the whole album, and then you find it. But yeah, I went with Big Empty on this, and it's so true about what y'all are saying about Robinson's voice. It's truly rock and soul at its best. And he does sing ballads very well, but so does Scott. Scott really does some really good ballady work with his voice. And just like Charles said, miss you, Scott, because, man, he was the guy. He really was.
Yeah.
Enjoyed him a lot.
Just remember, kids, when you turn 50, don't do hard drugs. You have a heart attack. Ask Jimmy Jamerson and Scott Weiland, because you can't, because they're not here because they did fucking hard drugs over 50. And that's fucking sad. But I love Ballad of Emergency. But fuck, man, the Big Empty. It's like I said, it puts visuals in my head from that great fucking The Crow movie with fucking Brandon Lee. Died with fucking fake bullets hitting him on that scene. I can't watch that movie anymore. I know where he fucking dies. And that fucking sucks. But The Big Empty is a fucking great STP song. So STP won that battle 4-1. They're like, they're not catching up, but they're getting there. And then we get to the next track, Wiser Time, the Black Crows versus Unglued by Stone Temple Pilots. Jerry,
Do we have ties on this?
I
Ties
don't know.
possible?
I don't know how to count that.
I still haven't decided yet. Because
a
Unglued,
coin.
I love the fucking heaviness of Unglued, man. I think it fucking rocks. But then the harmony vocals and the way fucking Wiser Time flows. Oh God, it's just so hard. But since I am a bigger Crows fan than I am STP fan, I'm going to go with the Crows. I'll take Wiser Time on that one.
All right.
But they're both really good songs again.
And we go with you, Al.
Going Wiser Time, the Crows, man. I do love Unglued, but I love Wiser Time more, man. That song just fucking rules, and there's a reason why it's a staple in their set too, man. They do it to this day because it's an awesome song, man. It's one of my favorites on that album. So I'm going Wiser Time.
Andy.
Charles.
Crows going a bit country here and really didn't do shit for me. I mean, I've heard worse, but it's a very boring song. And the STP song rocks, so I'm going with STP.
Because you don't like the Eagles. I get it. And here we go with you, Andy.
Oh, man, this was the hardest choice. I went back and forth and heard these songs, both of them, over and over to see which way I was going to go. And finally, I came to a conclusion. I'm going to go with Black Crowes, Wiser Times on this one.
Wow.
I really, I like that sound, that very southern, smooth
It's
sound
Neil
that they-
Youngish, isn't it?
Huh?
Something Neil Young could do. Neil
Yeah,
Young, Allman
yeah,
Brothers,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with against Charles. I gotta go with Wiser Time. That song is one of my favorites. Army Ants is like fucking.
No, it's the next one.
Oh,
No.
yeah, I'm on the wrong one. Yeah,
Yeah.
Unglued is fucking a rocking track, man. But I'm going with Black Crows, man. So that's 4-1 Black Crows. This is becoming a laugher. One of the first ones that aren't that close. Then we go with the Black Crows. Downtown Money Waster versus Army Ants by Stone Temple Pilots, Sherry. And I'm gonna hit the restroom.
Army Ants has got this really cool opening kind of I guess maybe a flanger effect on the guitar, which I really like. Really cool sound. Then it gets really kind of heavy. But then you get to Downtown Money Waster, dude. That's another song I think could be on Zeppelin 3. Fucking slide work on this song is amazing. And the acoustics and everything just work well on this song. This is a really easy one. I'm going down with Downtown Money Waster. I guess we'll go with Al next.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with Army Ants actually, STP on this one. I just liked it more than the Crows one, man. And the Crows one seems to be winning on my end here. Actually, let me see here. It's almost like kind of tied, but yeah, Army Ants. I'm going Army Ants on STP on this one, man. I just like it better.
Who's next? Charles?
No, I went with oh, this was a tough one too. I thought the riffage on that STP song was really good. Mark cherry picked Black Crows, of course. He hates STP, I think. And Al picked STP
Okay.
for scoring. Dean DeLeo, definitely underrated guitarist again. Pretty trippy at points, but the Black Crows song is just a little bit better. I could imagine live it'd be a great one for those who've seen them. Maybe they do it live, maybe they don't. I don't know. I think it actually comes down to the vocals, and Robinson sings this effortlessly. So now on mine, they're tied 5-5 on mine. So going in the next will determine the winner of this battle for me personally. But Black Crows is seeming to kick ass big time here.
Andy.
Oh, I'm going with Army Ants by STP. To me, I thought, oh well, now that I've picked my choices, I think side 2 to Purple is fantastic. In fact, made me thinking of maybe doing a podcast on Black Spinner. Pick albums where side 2 is actually better than side 1,
That'd be a hard one.
and this is one of those albums that I would put on that list. I think Purple on side 2 it takes off for me on side 2.
All right. Old Downtown Money Wasters, like I said before, because I fucking skip songs. Old timey kind of shit. Little Zep with the piano added. But fucking an STP song fucking rules. It's smooth rhythm with that killer break in the middle. I fucking love it. So STP wins this track battle 3-2 on that one. And then we get to the last track, which is the Black Crows Descender versus Stone Temple Pilots Kitchenware and Candy Bars, Jerry.
Oh, Kitchenware and Candy Bar. That's just a very boring song, dude. Does nothing for me. Dated. So this is a pretty easy one. Descending, man. Fucking just a beautiful tone in Chris's voice. I don't know if it's steel or slide guitar, whatever they're using on that. I just fucking love. So this is an easy one, Descending by a long shot. I have it 8-3 in favor of the Crows.
Al.
Yeah, I'm going with Descending as well by the Crows. I think it's a great way to end the album. And I love Chris's voice on here, man. I mean, again, he's just fantastic. And I love Weiland, dude. I mean, I'm not putting Weiland down. I mean, it's hard, man. I mean, I remember, and in 1994, I listened to the STP album way more than the Crows album. But you know, as you get older, I mean, you know, tastes change and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm not going to say that. You know, Jerry says that the album's aged. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't think. I think it still sounds good.
Not
You know,
all of it, just some of it.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think it still sounds good. I think the Crows ones. I think the Crows sound timeless, though. That's to me.
That one is timeless. Amorica is timeless. It is.
Yeah, dude. That doesn't. I mean, you could put that on now, dude. It just sounds completely fresh, you know. And you could have put it could have came out in the '70s. You know what I mean?
For
So,
real. Yep.
so I mean, I'm going with the Crows descending to end it off.
So what'd
Andy,
you have it? What'd you
where'd
have
you
it?
have it?
Al?
The Crows.
Now what'd you have the whole album?
Oh, let's see. Yeah, Crows at 7.
7-4.
Yeah, 7-4.
Gotcha.
So Andy,
Oh, me. But it's
Supposed to
Charles.
be me.
Charles'
Yeah.
turn.
I-
It's confusing. You skipped spaces. That's why. Go ahead.
no, I
Charles-
didn't.
Charles,
You moved over
That's-
on my Zoom when you went off and showed Liam Gallagher.
I'm gonna
you
go
moved.
like to keep it right for the first time ever on the history of the show in the order. There he goes. I'm paying attention because you keep always changing the order around.
Charles' name was skipped
Because you keep going offline and it moves
Skippy.
the order.
I did not go
Yeah.
offline. I've been online the whole time.
No,
Hey,
but
Skip.
you
What's
did.
up, Skip?
It moved.
Skippy.
You
What's up,
moved the
Skip?
square. The square moved. Okay.
No, it's just keep it in your mind, your brain, work it.
You you were where Al was on my computer. Go
It
ahead.
doesn't matter. I pay attention to where we're at.
Go for it.
While my eyes have opened to the coming of the Crows. Man, they end with a strong ballad. I do think maybe they went down this road a little too much on the album, though. Too many ballads, maybe. But quite honestly, I think STP was still trying to find their own thing. Is Wyland to me sounds like he's trying to sing a Tool song here.
Oh,
Oh yeah, right. Because I'm not a Tool fan at all. I cannot believe it, but the Crows win this album battle to me. The STP song is just dated and it tries to too hard to fit in. The Crows ballad is better and more timeless. Upset victory for me on my list. Crows won 6-5.
Andy.
Wow. I am going to be the lone wolf, maybe, because I went with Kitchenware and Candy Bar. I love that song. I think it's great. I don't know about the Tool thing either. I just don't see the connection at all. I mean,
The way he
I mean,
sings it,
I'm a
not
Tool fan.
musically.
The way that he sings it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can
Okay.
see that.
Okay, the vocals. But yeah, I went with Kitchenware and Candy Bar. And to me, on my list, I had STP win 8-3 on my list. And I say the Amorica album is timeless because it is. It's dated a lot better than Purple. And I love that Amorica album. I always have. But when we did track by track, I just came up with something different because I love these songs by STP. But I love the Amorica album better. Does that make sense?
some of the songs, the way they line up, it just happens that way, man.
Dude, that's why track by tracks are like,
Yeah.
you know, it could be your favorite album and it might not win, dude. You know, that's what makes it interesting. You know?
Because Purple's a classic. It is.
It
But
is.
Amorica it's timeless. It's just I believe it's their best album. Because after this, I kind of lost a little bit of contact with them. I do have all their other albums, but they never got better than Amorica.
Lions was a really good album.
I was just about to say Lions.
I thought By Your Side was great too.
By
That
Your
was a
Side
good
was
one,
great
too.
too.
Yep.
I don't think
Oh,
there's a
I love
bad
it.
Black Crowes album until they did those jam band albums.
I think Three Snakes and One Charm was a little bit of a dip. I think talking about ballad territory and slow songs, I think that really went into that territory. And
Yeah,
so
it
I
did.
kind of fell off a little bit with that album. And then when they came back with By Your Side and stopped kicking my heart around and they got like kick ass again, man. I thought that was a great comeback album for them. So
I
that's
need
my
to hear
opinion.
the albums again because I do have Lions and By Your Side, man.
I have Lions on vinyl, and
Yeah,
a good
fine.
story about that album, Lions. Since it's my turn, Eddie Conestracci, we just saw Judas Priest concert. I said, I'm not letting you take a bus home or an Uber. I don't leave a brother behind. So I took him
Right.
home and I said, dude, have you heard the Black Crowes Lions album? He goes, no. I freaking play that on taking him home. By the time I get home, he goes, dude, I love this album. And he bought it on iTunes. So he never heard
He got his soul singing, didn't he?
Got a soul singing, kind of a fucking great fucking album. But I picked the Black Crowes on this song, Descender versus Kitchenware and Candy Bars. It's just fucking amazing. It's an amazing fucking soulful ballad. And the thing is, Southern ballads, are they really ballads? They're just soul blues songs to me. I don't consider them like Heaven by Warrant. I consider them like, it's just a fucking great, bluesy, emotional ballad. I don't consider that like a power ballad.
Love of a lifetime.
Oh,
Well, they're not.
that is
well,
a
they're-
like that isn't.
I have to sit through Firehouse in a couple weeks. I'm
Yeah,
going to see
but they're not
Yeah.
power.
Winger and Warrant concert. I'm going to. Firehouse is opening.
Headed for a heartbreak.
Like,
Hey man, the last
Winger
Winger
rules,
album,
dude.
the last Winger album
That's
fucking
solo and
kicks
Headed for a
ass,
Heartbreak
dude.
by Red.
Nah, dude, the last Winger album is probably their best album in my opinion. I
Uh-huh.
love that fucking album, dude.
I know all you Winger haters out there, except for Charles, love that last fucking Winger album. I'm like, fuck you, bitches.
I don't
been
like
loving him
Warren's
from the
new
first
singer
album.
though.
Huh?
I don't like Warren. I don't like.
I
Warren's
love
singer
Robert
right now.
Mason, man.
I don't like him.
Okay, but let's get to the stats of what we just did. So all
What
of
did
our
you?
votes,
What did you have it, Mark? What did you have it?
I had it 8-3, same as you, Black Crowes. So it's like 33 or 30-23 Black Crowes. It's a fucking, I thought it's a fucking, nobody won completely. One of you guys picked Black Crowes, one of you guys picked, it was no 4-5-0s on this thing. So it's a
Yeah,
pretty
they're
tight
top
album.
4-1 getting.
Yeah, but fucking the Black Crowes still rule, man. Even without Mark
Yeah.
Ford. Fucking great band. Great fucking band to see
I did
live. They're
see
real.
I did see before the Crows reunited this last time. I did see Magpie Salute, which I thought was great. And the two albums that they put out were really good, man. With Mark Ford and Rich Robinson together again
Yeah.
was awesome, man. And I got to see them live like twice. And then the whole Black Crowes reunion kind of just made them forgotten. You know, I guess Rich wanted to go where the money was. But
So so it's Chris who has the problem with Mark.
I think so, yeah, because like it would have been nice to have Mark Ford back in the Crows reunion as well, but didn't happen.
Well,
Plus
and
you would've
Steve
shut-
Gorman. Steve Gorman too would have been nice.
Yeah,
Maybe
Steve
that-
Gorman too, but they
That's
had
never good. That's never going to happen.
he burned that bridge with that book, man.
Yeah, he
After
did.
that, that ain't never gonna happen. I don't want they're gonna be in the same state at the same time.
It's like
But,
Alex Van Halen won't talk to Sammy because of his book. So there you go.
The thing is, with STP, I saw the Purple tour. That was the first time I saw STP. I saw this tour, so this album was always very special to me. I jammed the hell out of this album for a couple of years after it was released. So it's always been a special one for me. This one and
Like the second album,
I
full of gracious melodies.
was tripping out when that came out. I was like all fucking stoned. I go, what the fuck? They're like Frank Sinatra now. What the fuck?
That was
trip,
pretty.
man.
That was pretty surprising.
yeah, the hidden track.
Yeah. But the Black Crowes won this one, man. That's another album battle, man. We hope you guys enjoy this. And Andy, pimp your shit, man.
Oh well, since we weren't able to do the show last night on Black Spitter Circle,
Oh, how's your
because
car, man?
oh my car's all right. I drove it on the rim for like 3 miles home.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, jeez, dude.
You don't have
And then
AAA,
I went
dude? What's wrong with you?
Tire shop this morning before I went to work. But my car's fine now. It's doing all right. Oh well, because I broke a lug, so I couldn't take the tire off.
No.
So I had to put the lugs back on and then drive it through 3 miles from the.
That's
Oh,
why
well,
you
I'm
had
not-
AAA. If they break the lug, they got to tell you.
No, well, no, so I just drove it home, about 20 to 25 miles an hour. Cars passing me up, honking at me, and my car goes, da, 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 and I can smell the burnt rubber coming in the car.
You know it's gonna cost you more money if you fuck up that rim, though, dude.
That is true.
But I
Yep.
didn't. But I didn't. The rim's fine.
Well,
And
thank
like,
God.
and when I was driving, I was telling myself that old thing came back to me. Just as long as there's a little rubber on it, it's all right. So I stuck to that and just kept on going.
Somebody needs to give this man AAA.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, if you have a used vehicle that's like almost 10 years old, AAA, man, is a necessity, man. Sorry. I have it because I got a 2011 Kia Sorento. It still runs pretty good, but it can break down at any time, though. You know?
Yeah, I got a 2008 Hyundai Santa Fe. I've got about 255,000 miles on it. It's still going great, except for the tire issue.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's all right.
All right. What are you gonna pimp, Andy? You're talking about your
Oh
tires.
yeah, that's right. I forgot. We are going to revisit the show we missed yesterday. The top 10 bands or artists that should not be at the Hall of Fame, but they are. So I'm gonna revisit that one again next week. I thought it was a pretty good topic, so I want to.
Count me in for next Wednesday, man. I'll do that.
All right, cool.
If you want. Yeah.
Cool.
I just couldn't do it this week. But.
Yeah, I couldn't do it either.
All right, Al. Pimp your stuff. And when are you starting your own podcast, man? You're good.
Well, I'm still settling in here. My parents are actually going to be getting here this weekend on Sunday. They're moving down here finally. So I'm still in the midst of chaos here, getting their room ready and getting stuff in the house. So, I mean, it's still going to be a little while before I can really do anything. But I'll get to it, man. But I'm going to see George Lynch next month.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, he's got a new album. He's got a new album coming out, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's playing here. Yeah. He's playing here in Clearwater, so it's cool. We'll go check them out.
I'm sure there'll be pictures.
I'm trying to see if I can score some Aerosmith tickets too, because their first show back is actually going to start here in Florida, here in Tampa. Nice. So after the whole with Steven Tyler like mess up his voice or whatever, so the first show is going to be here in Florida. So I'm hoping to go with that and take my wife and daughter, to that. So
that cat is stealing the show, man.
Yeah, Jerry's just looking at man. Jerry's going, that's some nice pussy.
It's the witching hour for them.
Yeah. The cat the cat in that Jimmy Page poster back there, man.
So that's it for me, man.
Jerry, final thoughts.
Appreciate
man.
you having on.
Yeah, like I said, this was a good one, Charles, man. Two completely different albums, and I was actually surprised where I thought that this STP album was kind of dated sounding, but it was to me. But yeah, it was a good battle, man. One of the closer ones I think we had.
It was a pretty bad beat down by the Crows.
Only like 7. We had worse.
Yeah, the Metallica Megadeth one was.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Dude, that was horrible.
That was a beat down, man.
Dude, that was.
And I like that Megadeth album too, but it doesn't. You can't go up against Master of Puppets.
It's always Metallica over Megadeth for me. Hey, Scribble. Hi. Charles, final thoughts, man?
No, it was fun. Another fun week. And check out New York Dolls review coming out tomorrow and Freeform Rock podcast. And did the Beatles for Sale on the Fine Rock All Over You podcast out this week. And that's about it, man. Keep on rocking.
Oh, and Eddie Canestracci is going to go with me to go see George Lynch.
There you go.
Nice.
So,
oh shit! Yeah, you guys are pretty close, aren't you?
Yeah, he's right. He's like
he's supposed to move back to LA so I can hang out with him again. Fuck him. We went to 2 shows together, man. It was cool. We went to 2 Judas Priest shows. Fucking great. Cool. So like, share, and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. Get us some watch hours, man. We do this shit for free. We do it for fun. We like hanging out with everybody, man. Thank you guys for being on here. And what are we doing next week? I don't remember. Do we decide?
Are you doing a year thing?
No, we did 79 last week.
We did 70. I don't remember. I don't know whose turn it is to pick. It's yours, Jerry. You got to
No, I
pick.
picked 79 last week. This is your pick.
Oh, my pick. Oh, I'll figure it out then. All right, man. Like, share, and subscribe. And later, guys, man.
All
Later,
right,
everybody.
Have a
peace.
great night, everyone.
Go
Thanks
Browns,
again.
Niners, Cowboys, and Texans. Later.
Hey, thanks
Later.
a lot.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.